This photo out with this update moments ago saying the U.S. Coast Guard has located an aircraft matching the description of the missing plane approximately 34 miles southeast of Nome. 3 individuals were found inside and reported to be deceased. They say our thoughts are with those affected by this tragic incident. Let's get you up to speed if you haven't been already here. Yes, let's take that photo full. You see there, that's what they believe to be the plane that went missing. So this is a very, very tragic set of circumstances here. According to the Associated Press, this is what we know. That small commuter plane flying over icy seas in western Alaska, that was just south of the Arctic Circle. You see its flight path there. With 10 people on board, experienced a sudden loss in elevation and speed just before it went missing, according to authorities. Rescuers searching by air also found, quote, some sort of item of interest on Friday. But now the U.S. Coast Guard is telling us that they believe they have located what they believe is the missing plane here. This was a Bering Air Cessna Caravan, a single-engine turboprop, and it was heading from a small remote village to Nome, Alaska, a distance of about 150 miles here. Now, according to the Coast Guard, there were 9 passengers and a pilot on board when it disappeared Thursday afternoon over Alaska's.
And, yep.
Oh, move! Michael, move! Move! We can't.
Oh!
I'm calling 911.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! What the hell? What the hell?
Come on, guys.
Information about this. These are some images coming in to our newsroom here on Live Now from Fox as a plane veered off the runway after landing at the Scottsdale Airport on Monday afternoon, just about 2:40 in the afternoon. Scottsdale fire officials say 5 people were involved in the crash. 1 identified person was killed. 2 were taken to a trauma center. Another person in stable condition will be transported to a hospital later. And also another person still trapped inside the plane. The runway now closed for the indefinite future. Let's take you out to some of these updates from officials there in Arizona.
As we are working this live, very active scene right now, our thoughts and prayers are going out to everybody in the aviation community that this affects. Today, at approximately 14:39, we had a mid-size business jet, upon arrival, collide with another mid-size business jet that was parked on private property. Our runway is currently closed and will remain closed for the foreseeable future. We'll have more information on that as it is available. For right now, I'm going to turn it over to our PIO of the fire department, Dave Folio, so that he can provide additional information about the emergency response. We do have PD, fire, and the FAA all currently on scene assessing the situation.
First and foremost, on behalf of the city of Scottsdale and the Scottsdale Fire Department, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody involved in this incident. My name is Captain Dave Folio. I'm a public information officer with the city of Scottsdale Fire Department. What I can tell you is at we're at 14960 North 78th Way, Scottsdale Air Park. At 14:39, we received an Alert 3 at our aircraft station that's located here on the airport. At 14:40, Foam 609 arrived on scene and basically gave the same report that you just heard. Had the
4 people are dead after a plane contracted by the U.S. military crashed in the Philippines. The country's civil aviation authority says the plane crashed in a rice field, killing everyone on board. ABC News foreign correspondent Marcus Moore is following that story for us. Marcus, what's the latest on these victims?
Well, hi, Diane. We're waiting for the officials to release their names. That has not happened yet. This crash happened in Ampatuan in southern Philippines, and images from the scene show the wreckage in a rice field less than a mile from a section of farmhouses. We understand that a member of the U.S. military and 3 government contractors were killed in the crash. Again, their names have not yet been released. But according to officials, this plane was taking part in a reconnaissance and surveillance mission when it fell from the sky. Witnesses reported hearing an explosion, and then the plane crashed. It happened around 2 p.m.
A Navy fighter jet crashed. The pilots ejected before the plane went down in the water off San Diego. Chief Global Affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz is in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Rebecca. Incredible images of this crash, an accident that truly could have been a major disaster. This morning, extraordinary video of the Navy jet crashing into the San Diego Bay. Watch again as it plunges nose down into the water, and hear a distant image from a nearby surveillance camera.
They advised that it did land in the water. There's Navy boats now searching the water.
An immediate search launched for the 2 pilots after parachuting from the aircraft, rescued within 1 minute by a tourist fishing boat.
They went to the hospital to get treatment, and at that point, we just assisted with perimeter for this large debris field that's out here.
The $67 million Navy jet was attempting a landing on North Island Naval Air Station off Coronado Beach. As it came to the end of the runway, it started a go-around. The pilots headed back up, and that...
Man, there's been a lot of plane crashes lately. Since last month. Why are there so many plane crashes and tragedies like happening in 2025? Like, what is going on with these airplanes, with these jets, air travel, helicopters? Like, what is happening here? I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions about everything that's been happening these past couple of weeks with these plane incidents and what I think is going on. But before I get into this video, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show and remain calm. All right. It's been a lot, man. It's been crazy. We had the DC crash with the planes and the helicopter that happened last month, which was sad. A lot of people lost their lives. They were so close to landing. Seconds from landing, staying alive, and then a helicopter comes, and then that's it. Now, guys, I don't know the full story about that situation. I've heard folks saying it was an accident, others saying it was intentional because, you know, what's been going on with workers. I don't know. All I know is that it was like 60-something people that died, kids that were from ice skating. It was very tragic. A very tragic incident. I saw the video. I saw many videos of different angles of the crash. So that happened, and then literally a day or 2 days later, another plane crashes in Philly. And I watched it live. Like, not live, but I literally watched it as soon as it happened. I was laying in my bed. I was bored. I got home from work. And I was on YouTube. And I see these videos popping up. I see this video pop up about plane just crashed in Philly. I watched the video. I'm like, oh my gosh. That thing came down like a freaking missile. It just went... Like, it just... Like... It just fell out of the sky. Now, I'm doing research like what happened with that plane. Why did it just crash like that? Did it lose power or something? Like, what happened? And I saw that 6 people lost their lives. Like 7 people lost their lives. One of them was a little kid. I think the plane was a medical, like a small medical plane, I think it was. And They were going to Mexico for something like a medical treatment, I think. So I don't know the full story about that either, but I know people lost their lives with that plane. I saw the video. I saw different angles of the video. Man, that thing looked like a freaking missile. When I saw that, I'm like, are we being attacked? I thought we were being attacked, like by another country, aliens. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like an attack. I'm just like, man. And also the debris hit people, all right? It took people out, killed people with the debris from the plane crash. It crashed on people's cars. It affected people's homes. People were sitting in restaurants and they get hit in the head with the metal and the glass from the plane crash and just, Now, luckily, there are some people who are still alive. Thankfully, they are still alive from getting hit from all that debris from the plane crash. But man, that's messed up. That's crazy. And it's sad too. It's a lot. So we had that, and then that plane crash. There was one in the Philippines that happened. It was a military plane in the Philippines that crashed. And then there was a plane crash in Alaska. It was a small plane that was flying from Alaska and crashed in the ice. 10 people died. I'm just like, man, what is going on? And then there was a plane incident in Arizona. I'm just like, one person died from that. But other people were injured, but they survived. And then recently, literally just recently, a fighter jet crashes into the ocean, into the water off of San Diego. Now, luckily, the pilots were okay. The pilot is okay. No one was injured no one was severely injured. No one was killed from that plane crash. It literally nosedived into the water. You can see the video. But man, I said, man, that's crazy. So luckily, there were survivors from that plane crash. But these other ones, no. And then there was a plane where the wing of the plane caught on fire, and people were like, hey, it's on fire. And the pilot was like, what? Please sit down. Remain calm. Be quiet. Like, hey, it's on fire. This plane is on fire. We ain't trying to die in here. No. Land this plane. It was about to take off. The plane was about to take off, and the wing caught on fire.
News out of Houston, Texas, after a United airplane caught fire at Bush's airport right there. It did have to be evacuated. So far, no reports of any injuries, but I did want to share some video that's coming into our studio. Take a listen.
No, it's on fire! Oh my God. Please get us on. It's on fire. This is jet.
And the pilot, apparently, from what I've seen, and the people on board didn't know, but the passengers knew. The passengers saw it outside the window, but hold on for a second, we can't fly. Oh no, well, if we fly, we gonna die. No. Land this plane. And so they are, we're gonna cancel our takeoff and just, fix the problem. So luckily, people caught it. People saw the fire on the plane and said, all right, we're gonna let the people know that, hey, there's a fire. We ain't trying to die. So no one died in that plane, which was great. No one passed away. But all these things are happening with all these planes lately. Plane crash, helicopter crash, and plane catches on fire. Like, why is all this happening all of a sudden? And also you have a bus that crashed or caught on fire in Mexico. I'm just like, people died on that, and then a SEPTA train caught on fire. I'm just like, man. See, at this point, I'm just gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home. Like, I love traveling. There are places in this world, in this country, that I want to see and travel to. With all these events happening, with these planes and trains and whatnot, maybe I'll just stay home for a little bit. Stay home, alright? Or maybe I'll just take road trips. Yeah, maybe I'll take road trips instead. Because there's too many incidents happening between last month and this month. Guys, a lot of people have lost their lives since the beginning of this year, literally. Now, I know I have some people, well, people die every year. Yes, that's true, but like, have you not seen the news? Like, what's been going on in the news? Now, I'm not obsessed with the news, nor should you, but I do watch it here and there. And what the media is showing, I'm just like, man, so many massive like tragedies that's been going on lately in this country with these, you know, planes and whatnot. It's insane. A lot of people have lost their lives since the first day of this year. Literally January 1st, we had that attack in New Orleans. That guy just drove his truck, killing people. That was sad. That was very sad when I saw that, because it's like, those people had no idea they were going to die that day. They thought they were this close to making it into the new year. Well, they made it to the new year, but didn't last. So it was very sad seeing that. He just took his truck and just ran people over like there was nothing. People died from that. Like one guy died from that Cybertruck explosion, which we find out that it was intentional. He was trying to blow up, you know, the building on purpose. So that was intentional. He was trying to do that. So there's been a lot of explosive events happening. And this is why you have to really enjoy your life, enjoy every day, even the bad ones, because it all matters and it all counts. Because you never know. Even I don't know. Even though I'm a prophet, I'm a messenger. I see bits and pieces of the future. I don't see the full future. I'm not God. I'm a God on earth. I'm a manifestation of God on earth, but I'm not the divine being. I'm a divine being, but not the divine being. So I don't know, nor can I see everything that can happen. Only like certain things that's been given to me. But yeah, you gotta enjoy every day, even the stressful days, even the bad days, man. Because you don't know. So many people lost their lives, had no idea that they weren't going to make it to 2025. So, but yeah. Now, why do I think there are so many plane crashes lately? To be honest with you guys, I mean, I know every year is a plane crash, but there's been a lot happening more frequently now and more recently now, to the point where it's like, all right, something's up. Something's up here. I think part of it is just, I don't know, people not doing their job fully. Maybe a lot of it is intentional, but I truly believe that the main reason is because of energy. Guys, I said energy. The energy in this world is changing, and it's affecting people. It's affecting traveling, planes, cars, communications. All right, the planet is changing, so the energies that are at play right now is affecting a lot of things. Remember, we're going through a shift. We're going through another shift in 2025. So it's affecting a lot of things. but I don't know. I really don't know why there are a lot of plane crashes lately. All I can think of is the energy that's been going on in the world, and maybe lack of intelligence. Maybe people aren't doing their jobs fully. People are just not caring anymore. I know there was a plane crash last year in South Korea. Was it South Korea or was it Japan? I think it was South Korea. Everyone died in that plane. Everyone. They told people, hey, there are some issues with the plane. We can't take off. They said, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The next day, the plane flew out. It belly landed. Like it crashed. And everyone died from it. Everyone. Listen, if your spirit, if you have that feeling, man, I shouldn't get on this plane. I shouldn't go to this place right now. I shouldn't get inside this car, this taxi, the bus, train, helicopter. If something is telling you, stop, wait, don't do this, think twice about this. Maybe you shouldn't go here right now. Maybe you shouldn't do this right now. Don't ignore it. Do not ignore your intuition. Your intuition is your spirit guide. It is your internal compass. It guides you. It's God's voice within you. It's never wrong. Don't ignore it. If something is telling you not to go somewhere, not to do something, hey, if I was you, I wouldn't ignore it. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm like, okay, I had this gut feeling that I shouldn't get on this plane. I shouldn't get on this cruise ship. I shouldn't go to this place right now. I'm gonna listen to myself. Someone's telling me not to go here, and it's a reason why I'm not gonna do it. You never know. You never know what could happen. And you not going on that plane or that location, that car, it could save your life. You listening to your intuition and then saying, hey, don't go here, don't do this, and then maybe something happens, you're like, oh man, it saved your life. Your life was spared, all right? So don't ignore it. Do not ignore your higher self, your intuition. Don't ignore it. Trust me, you will thank me later. I listen to my intuition all day, every day. Now sometimes I do listen to my ego. Sometimes I let my ego get the best of me. We all do. All right, I'm not perfect. I'm human. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. All right, I'm only human. So there are times where I listen to my intuition, and there are times where I listen to my ego. And the ego isn't all bad. All right, you need your ego to survive, and you need your intuition to survive. You need both. You need both the higher self and the lower self. I know a lot of people in the conscious community, in the spiritual community, always demonize the lower self. You need your lower self to survive. Okay? Just don't let your lower self control your higher self. It needs to be perfectly balanced. Okay? And they need to be in sync and harmony with one another, working together as a team. Okay? Your lower self rules, I gotta eat, I gotta mate, I gotta sleep, I gotta use the I gotta use the bathroom, I gotta fight. That's your animal self, all right? So it's not all bad. You still need that to live and to move through this reality. But your higher self is think logically, intuition, plan, okay? Thinking, higher consciousness, that's your higher self. So you need both. But guys, if you plan on traveling a lot this year, just safe travels. Like I said before, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, your spirit guide. Pray. If you feel like something isn't right, pray about it first. Okay. There's no shame in praying before you get on a plane or a train or a car ride, because you never know what can happen. So just pray. And I know I have some friends that are saying, "Whoa, I ain't going on no more planes." I got some friends be like, "You know what, man? I'm taking a break from flying because these planes are crashing. I ain't doing that, man. I'm scared. Nah." I got some people that I know who love traveling. They love traveling. But now, seeing all this stuff happening, they're like, "You know what? I'm going to take a break." And some of the people that I know are having anxiety over flying now. The people that never had anxiety before are starting to have anxiety now. And trust me, I understand. I fully understand why this may put more fear and anxiety and paranoia on people with all these plane crashes happening. So I understand. Listen, I conquered my fear 2 years ago. I flew twice, first time ever, to Cancun, Mexico. Best trip I've ever had in my life. Cancun, Mexico. I will be back. I will be back, okay? Beautiful beaches, amazing food, so relaxing, amazing environment, friendly people, beautiful big booty Latinas. Yes. Yes. Mamacitas. Yeah, you can hear a plane right now. Yeah, so where I live, we have tons of planes flying over our neighborhood, over the house. And I ain't gonna lie, some of these planes that be flying, they fly very, very low. I'm like, okay. You be sitting there, but like, what's gonna happen? You gonna keep on flying? You gonna crash? You gonna land? What's gonna happen? Especially the military planes, the jets, they fly very low. Not all of them, but some of them do fly pretty low. I'm just like, okay, that is loud. That is loud AF. Like, what's going on here? So we have a lot of planes, helicopters here and there, jets that will be flying across the neighborhood pretty low. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I get paranoid because I'm like, okay, this plane is flying too low. It's too low and it's very, very loud. Like, what's about to happen here, you know? So even I get a little paranoid with that. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I can't control it. I really can't. But you better believe, if I hear a plane about to, you know, crash, I'm running as fast as possible.
Crashing this plane.
I'm warning my people, family, I'm like, we gotta go. I'm running for the hills. Well, there are no hills in Florida, not that I know of, but I'm running as fast as possible. But yeah, I understand the fear. I understand the paranoia. I understand the anxiety now with these planes and why people don't want to fly right now, because you just don't know what could happen. But always listen to yourself first before listening to others and making big changes in your life or going to certain locations. Listen to yourself. But yeah, it's been a lot of deaths, a lot of tragedies happening with these planes and whatnot, and trains now. So, but what was I talking about before? Oh, Cancun. Yeah, Cancun. I went to Cancun for the first time 2 years ago. Best trip I ever had. Me and my family. And not gonna lie, when we first got on the airplane, so we took American Airlines. And I was very, very nervous, but I said, no, remain calm. And so if I freak out, someone's gonna knock me out. And hey, I'll let it happen. I will allow it to happen. All right. Now, I ain't gonna let people just knock me out in public, but I'm saying, like, on a plane, thousands and thousands of feet in the sky, and I've always had a fear of flying. I've always had a fear of airplanes. I say, no, if I act up, if I go insane, if I lose my mind, you can knock me out to sleep. Just psh, and I'll take it. Because I might have a panic attack. But no, I was all good, guys. I was all good flying to Cancun. Our plane was kind of small. I thought it would be kind of big. But we took American Airlines. The pilot was late, so there was no rush. And so my siblings sat next to the window. They said, hey, you want to sit next to the window? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm going to sit next to the aisle. And then my parents sat on the other side. And you know what's funny? There was a woman sitting in front of my parents. I think she had anxiety because she was praying. She was like this like middle-aged white woman, her husband or her boyfriend. It was just like, she was like, he was cool. He was sitting there relaxed, watching videos on his phone. He was cool. He was chill. But she was looking over, like, maybe that was her first time flying. I can tell she had anxiety. She was like, I'm like, don't look at me. That's my first time flying too. I'm nervous too. But so I sat by the aisle, and I kept imagining to myself, you're on a train, you're on a train, you're on a train, you're on a train. Also, before I got in the plane, I drank this this tea from Starbucks. It's called Tranquility Tea. Tranquility Tea. Very, very good tea. It makes you very, very chill and calm. And I'm not gonna lie, it almost put me to sleep. But I got in the plane, I was chill, I was calm. I said, don't bother me, don't talk to me. I just want to remain calm and land safely in Cancun. And we did. But when the plane took off, I was like, whoa, we going up. We going up. We going up. We going up. All right, so the plane was going up. And I was like, this was kind of weird. It felt weird. Like, I could feel the air beneath my feet. Even though I was on the airplane, my ears did pop. I ain't gonna lie, I was shaking for a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm in the sky. I can't believe this. I'm actually in the sky, thousands of feet above the ground. God, please be with me. Please be with us. Please protect us. Like, please, like, I'm in your hands at this point, God. We at that point, I was thinking to myself, I said, God, we are in your hands. Whatever happens, happens. Like, please help us. Please protect us. So I was praying, and 10 minutes into the flight, I got used to it, and I was okay. I said, okay, it's not so bad. It's actually pretty cool. I'm in the sky. I'm flying on an airplane. First time flying on an airplane at 22 years old. And you can see out the window, you can see Cuba. You can see the islands and whatnot. So that was nice to see. I don't know how these flight attendants be walking with the carts of food down the aisle when the plane is like tilted. I'm like, how do you guys do that? How do you guys do that? Like, I got a cousin that's a flight attendant, so I might have to ask her what's it like being a flight attendant and her experiences as a flight attendant. What the heck was that? Some freaking big bumblebee just flew past me. I don't know if you guys heard that. But yeah, I gotta ask her what's it like being a flight attendant, and what are some things that she has experienced on airplanes and whatnot. But yeah, I'm like, how do you guys walk? Like, the plane is tilted, you know? We landed safely. We had no turbulence. turbulence going to Cancun or coming back to Florida. It was all good, all safe. But when we landed, the first time landing in Cancun, it was rough. It was like, I'm just like, my gosh, like we had a whole, I literally had like a hold to see it. It was like, and the woman, the white woman sitting in front of my parents, she was like, she was shook. I ain't gonna lie, she was shook. She was like, and then when the plane said, all right, when the pilot said, all right, we all good, you know, we landed safely in Cancun, she was like, but no, it was a great experience, guys. Great trip in Cancun. I definitely want to go back there at some point. Best trip I've ever had in my life so far. Amazing trip to Cancun. And we had a safe flight back home. And actually, our flight coming back home was a lot more smoother and a lot faster than our flight going to Cancun, which was interesting. But it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since I've flown on an airplane, so it's been a while. I'm not saying I won't fly again, because I've done it twice, but now I'm a little cautious and aware, because like I said, there are places that I do want to visit and travel to that it does take quicker taking an airplane to, okay? But then there are places where, you know, you can take a road trip. You can take a road trip, take a train, take a boat. All right, I mean, you have those. But right now, nah, there's too much happening right now, and I'm not going to do it. So, no plans right now. We shall wait and see how things play out with everything, because there's a lot going on. And I want to and need to stay alive. So, and I'm pretty sure you do too. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is your man, Immortal Calmness, aka the Grandmaster, aka the Black Tiger, aka the Guardian, aka the Chosen One. If you are afraid of flying right now, if you have anxiety right now, paranoia, I completely understand. All right, and if you want to take a break from flying right now, do it. There's no shame. Now, if you have to travel for work, with flying, whatnot, that can be kind of risky, because you have to do that. But like I said, just remain calm, have faith, listen to your intuition. You should be all right. You should be all good to go. But guys, I'm in this video. I will see you guys again soon. I'm out. Deuces.